It's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Dairoku, and we are just continuing our other alternate endings because the bad ending took like almost an hour. Like, I'm only mad about it because I figured like, okay, like, dude, I'm like counting down. I have like 4 days left before my mom gets here, and like I start moving. So, like, I was like, I can finish this today, and then I was like, when I did the last part, and I was like, no, I can't. Oh fuck. I'm like, yeah, I'll have time, and then I can just like do some. And I was like, no, I do not. Oh my god, I think it's just like, it's not like I have like a bazillion things to do. I'm like, I've gotten everything basically accomplished except for finishing this route, but it took 40 minutes to get the bad ending, and it was like, no. I didn't like the bad ending. It made me sad. It hurt my heart. I'm assuming it hurt. I hope it hurt your heart too. No, sorry. That sounds awful, but I mean, I would assume it did, because otherwise, like, how does that not hurt? But it hurts, and I don't want to be sitting in that ending for that long. It hurts. Make it stop. So I'm anticipating perhaps we will get through both of the friend endings. You know what I mean? I consider these, like, obviously, like, the one we got, not the last part, the one before, was the best ending. And then the last one was the bad ending, and these two friend endings are, like, the good endings. We're like, okay, we're friends, and, like, everything is good, and it's just we haven't fallen in. It's that precursor to the relationship. You know what I mean? Like, the best ending is, like, we're totally in love. And then these endings are more like we're, like, really good friends, and we're leaning toward falling in love, but we haven't quite crossed that threshold yet, but we're, like, right here in front of it. And then you can go, and then they went and fell in love. You just don't see it happen. You know what I mean? So it's better to end on these than that fucking bad ending, because, like, that hurts and it makes me sad, and I don't want to be sad right now, okay? It's just, I don't want it to be that bitter taste, because, like, for you guys, it'll be, like, 2 days, we play a part, and then 2 days later, you watch the next one, and for me, it's going to be weeks. Not just because I have to record another game in between this part, what I normally do, but also because I'm moving, so it's going to be several weeks before I can record again. So we went from, like, I'm like a month and a half ahead to, like, I'm going to be like a week ahead, and it's going to be really fucking hard to manage both games and, like, do it, but it's going to be, just fair warning, probably the next part, I would assume, is going to be, I don't fucking remember anything about this game because it's been like a month, like, since I recorded. Or more. It's going to be down to, like, you're going to be watching this part, and I might be 3 parts ahead. That's the sad part. It's going to be tough, so just bear with me. Anyway. So we're continuing this first friendship ending. Okay. I don't know where all the Ayakashi came from, but they all started to have a drinking party. Before I knew it, the area was filled with food and drinks. What is this?
Enjoy a festive party, so there isn't any particular reason for it today. And this is to celebrate Spacey and Coco
Oh, Shiro. Sorry. Not Shino. I got confused. That's why I hate that her first name is too close to Shiro. Anyway.
And this is to celebrate Shiro and Coco making up, and the celebration of Shiro being honest with his feelings is what I heard. Yeah? What? How did it shift to that? I heard that Shiro finally confessed his love for his master.
Master? Me?
That's not true. No, to be exact, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't true. And this is what I'm gonna do to people who are wishy-washy. Yeah? Hey, what are you doing, Kinga? Stop this!
That really surprised me, but it looked like they were having fun.
That being said, I didn't realize that rumor had become so serious. I should have paid more attention to it.
Oh, don't worry. Thank you for your concern. Because of what happened, I think it helped me to gain acceptance from everyone.
So as long as you're okay with it, and next time you be sure to consult me, okay?
Thank you, Tamamo.
Hey, no fair! Why does Tamamo get all the love? I want to be friends with Spacey too!
Whoa! Thanks to you too, Kinka. I was surprised when she suddenly hugged me, but the way she rubbed her cheek against mine was so adorable, I hugged her back. She's like a cat. Is she a fox? Or is she I don't know, I can't tell by her ears, but...
You are quite popular, but I'm your Shikigami. You need to...
Shiratsky?
I was just thinking that you need to spare me more attention.
So he wants me to give him attention. Shiratsky looked like a little child, which was sort of funny.
No! We have a bunch of sake and snacks to go with it. And this is a party. It'd be a waste not to drink.
Oh, I'm fine. I can't drink during my shift.
Tamamo, do you have any catnip sake?
Okay, then maybe she is a cat. I don't know.
Here, Bakinka, you have a low tolerance for alcohol. Don't overdo it, okay? Okay, yeah! Do you really know... And Shiro, you drink too. And this party is in your honor. I shall serve some sake personally. You smell like sake already. When did you...
I've been drinking since a little while ago. You'd be a fool not to notice.
Haven't you always missed the details yourself?
Wow.
The only difference between sake and water is the taste. Spacey, you must drink it like water. And none of your excuses about being on duty now.
There's more of a difference than that. Even if I think it's water, sake is still sake. I'm not allowed to drink during work hours.
So you're saying you refuse to drink my water?
It doesn't matter what you call it. That is sake, and I...
Are you drinking? Yes! The catnip sake is so good! Drink it with me!
She forced the sake cup into my mouth. I gulped and felt the sake go down my throat. Oh, that's delicious. I mean, I'm in the middle of work.
You want more?
Oh, you want more? You want more?
You want more?
I can't drink anymore. I'll get in trouble.
Sorry about this. It seems the thought of drinking with you has made them extra giddy today.
Well, Kinka's already drunk. She can't even say her words right. When he put it that way, I didn't feel upset. But if I drank any more, Sammy will get mad. But if I drink any more, Sammy will get mad. Anyway, it's fine.
You're a little red. Is it the sake?
Maybe. I'm gonna rest a little.
Shiro, are you drinking enough? Let me pour you another, which will make it taste even better. Leave me alone. I'm not as impervious to alcohol as you are. Don't be silly. You say that, but I know you can hold your liquor. Yeah, I know too. What do I know? I'm not even sure.
Kinka's kind of fun. As the two of them closed in on Shiratsky, I left the lively drinking party. Phew! This catnip sake that Kinka likes, I wonder if it has a high concentration of alcohol. I only drank a little and I feel a little drunk. I feel a little drunk, but if I rest like this for a while, I'm sure I'll sober up eventually. Anyway, the commotion of the party felt so far away. This was such a happy, peaceful moment that I almost forgot I was working.
Hey, finally I can talk to you. I've been waiting so long.
Huh? What did you want with me?
I was waiting for you to be alone. I feel awkward talking to you in front of others. I wanted to apologize again. I'm so sorry for spreading rumors about you and trying to turn everyone against you.
You should be. I'll take it down to 2 punts. Because you've apologized multiple times. You're going to have a lot more apologies to do if you want to get rid of the punts that I'm going to across. I'm just saying.
I know it was a horrible thing to do. I was trying to do some good, but I got you all wrong. So I'm sorry.
Wow, no. You stop that. You do not shriek like that. The Kitsune kid bowed deeply, and I felt moved. He's such a kind-hearted child. Still deserves a couple punts. Knowing how much this boy respects Shiratsky made me be very proud. I mean, I get it, but, also, kids suck. I'm not mad anymore, so you don't need to apologize. You're going to be friends with me from now on, right?
Of course!
The Kitsune kid nodded happily and sat beside me. Maybe it's because they call him the Kitsune kid and they don't give him a name, and I feel like he's like a Wild West mobster or some shit. Like, he's like a Wild Western gunslinger, and you're like, the Kitsune kid, and I just, you know what? It's because I can't not hear that, and it makes me, instead of being like, he's a naive child who was just trying to help Shiratsuki, where you're like, oh, okay, it's kind of cute. I still don't like, I still want to punt you once. But like, it's like, the Kitsune kid, and you're like, no, you're a gunslinger, and no, we're having a duel at high noon. I don't know. I just don't feel good about this. It's fucking weird.
Hey, why did you make Shiratsuki your Shikigami?
Why? At first I wanted to get to know him. I figured he'd become if he became my Shikigami, we could be together. That's why I asked.
You wanted to get to know him? You already know him. Why would you say that?
I thought the same way too in the beginning, but I realized that I only saw what he chose to show on the outside, not what he was thinking. And as I spent more time with him, I realized that Shiratsuki was in the habit of keeping his distance.
Oh? I didn't know that.
That's because he keeps his distance from you because you're a pain in the ass. You didn't have to because of how he's opened up to everyone in Kikutsune. If he never became my Shikigami, I feel like I still wouldn't know the real him.
I see. So you were able to find out what you wanted to know. I'm glad.
Thanks for saying that. I could tell that he truly meant it, and it naturally made me smile. They're making me like this kid a little, and I don't want to. I don't want to fully forgive him. Oh. By the end of this, we're going to be down to one punt.
That's so nice. Shikigami, huh? Ever since Shiratsuki became your Shikigami, he looks like he's been having fun. Hey, how does it feel to have a Shikigami? Do you think it's fun to be one?
I don't know if it's something that's fun, but it would be refreshing to experience a different perspective. From my end, I feel both reassured and nervous. It's a big responsibility.
Reassured, nervous, and responsibility?
Yes, there's the reassurance of having help in times of need, nervous about being a good master, and the responsibility of having a Shikigami. I promised Shiratsuki that I'd protect him.
The master protects the Shikigami? That's weird.
I know it may be weird, but I don't mind. And Shiratsuki said he's fine with who I am. I'm happy that I was able to enter into a contract with Shiratsuki. That's why I plan on working hard to be a good master.
Oh, I see. Your guys' relationship, I'm kind of envious.
You're 9, kid. You don't need a girlfriend yet.
Do you want another Shikigami?
You're too young for me, kid. Huh? What? Say that again?
Nothing!
I couldn't quite hear what he said, so I asked him again, but no matter how many times I asked, he stubbornly refused to tell me what he said. He has a kid crush.
The party was in full swing. People were laughing and drinking with one another, and some had even fallen asleep. I was talking enthusiastically with friends, making sure I could still sense my master's presence nearby. So, I became a Shikigami, and my world changed forever. It feels like the start of a new life.
Yeah, that's a good story. But you're not human, so it's not really life.
Hey, stop being nitpicky.
Well, aren't you the unpredictable one? Who would have thought that I'd ever hear Shiro talking about love with us? You didn't have a master for such a long time, and now you've become Spacey's Shikigami.
Hearing your experience as a Shikigami, you sound like you're having a lot of fun, yeah? Maybe I'll consider being one.
That's a good idea. Signing a temporary contract like Shiro seems pretty casual.
It's worth experiencing. It's a nice feeling to have a master you have a special bond with. Kinka, you should sign one with Yakumo. It would kill him. Yeah, I want to try too. Maybe I can sign a contract with anyone.
Anyone, huh? Don't sell yourself so short.
Okay.
And that's how Yakumo signed a contract with Kinka. And at least could be her master in some way, shape, or form, because she's never gonna call you daddy if that's... Oh, Yakumo.
Hey, Shiratsuki! The Kitsune kid walked over and whispered to me as if he was telling a secret. What's the matter? I thought all the people who approached you were bad guys, but I was wrong. You know, your master friend is pretty weird, but she's really nice. I like her.
I also like to think that I'm really weird, but I'm nice. So I really hope that's the case. You're weird, but cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's fine. Yeah.
Oh, I see you finally discovered her charm. You try to take her away from me when you get older, I'll fucking kill you. So I asked her if I could be your Shikigami too. I'll I'll fucking kill you now. What? And then she said a small and cute Shikigami was just what she wanted, so she agreed to sign a contract with me. What? That can't be. Just kidding. I wanted to see you panic.
This kid's a dick. You know what? We're keeping it at one punt. But one of them, that's Shiratsuki's now.
What? You scared me. And do you have any remorse at all, you little bastard?
See, even Shiratsuki thinks this kid's a punk.
But I still can't give up. I really do want to be your Shikigami. Maybe I can ask her again for real.
Oh my god, Shiratsuki's gonna kill this kid. And the Kitsune kid mysteriously vanished and was never seen or heard from again.
I'm plenty enough for her. Sorry, but ask elsewhere. For the foreseeable future, the honor of being her Shikigami is mine. I do not plan on giving it up to anyone.
I guess you can't have multiple Shikagamis. There goes my Shikigami man harem, but whatever. Yakumo Mary. I can't hum, but that was Yakumo humming. So anyway, Yakumo, you sure seem happy. Oh, really? You think so? Oh my god, did Kinka ask to be your Shikigami? Oh dear god, I was joking. I couldn't help but be slightly taken aback when he beamed at me. Yeah, I've never seen you so happy before. Did something good happen? Do you really want to know? Why's that? You don't have to tell me if it's a personal matter, but I am curious. Is it Kinka? What? How did you... You don't have to be samey to tell. The fact that you have a crush on Kinka is a publicly known secret in our squad. It's not a secret. Everybody knows, by the way. Well, I'm going on patrol. Tell me about it in detail later, okay? What? A publicly known secret? Does that mean other squads know too? Oh, everyone knows. Yakumo shouted as I left the office. You're the only one who didn't know about the secret that everyone knows, Yakumo. Yakumo is the only one that didn't know that everyone knows. Kikutsune looks the same as usual. So peaceful. In vogue in Kikutsune. This is, again, a long-ass ending. I've only been here a short time, but so much has happened already. I mean, I'm not sure if I love the fact that the endings are super fucking long, or if I'm like, can we just wrap it up already? We got the best ending. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure how I feel about them. Like, anyway. Both hardships and fun times. All of them fond memories. Yo, new hire. How you doing? Great, thank you. The fashion contest you threw the other day was so much fun. I hope you hold an event like that again. Thank you. I'll plan one again sometimes. Enenra is... I don't know who Enenra is. I know we met them before, but what... I'm not... Well, Enenra's now kind of like a bro dude, I guess. Because I thought... Yeah, Enenra was the one that was fighting with the other guy, right? And they were both fighting over something. Yeah, okay. Because, you know, sometimes you're like, is this a girl? I can't remember, but I think Tamamo and Kinka are the only ladies that we've met. So, I look forward to it. Unlike before, everyone living here now casually chatted with me. I'm happy to think that I've gained their trust. On patrol, Spacey. Yes, I'm going to look around Kikutsune. Oh, then allow me to accompany you. Thank you for always helping me, but I'm fine on my own. I'm going because I want to. It's only natural for a Shikigami to accompany his master, right? Shinatsuki, you're not only my Shikigami, you're also Kikutsune's Shire. Yeah, but it's my responsibility to have a look around my domain. That's right. But I'm sure you have other work to do, right? Kinka was telling me that you've been pushing all your paperwork onto Coco. That Kinka! What unnecessary gossip. That's right. Speaking of Shikigami, you may be unaware, but something interesting has been trending in Kikutsune. I smiled wryly at Shiratsuki's obvious attempt to change the subject. A trend in Kikutsune? I'd like to know. Temporary Shikigami contracts. What? Temporary contracts? But why? It's my fault. I was telling everyone how fun it was to be a Shikigami. He made it... I mean, you had to know In Vogue and Kikutsune was going to be about this, but... Ever since then, there have been many Ayakashi wanting to try out the Shikigami experience. Why would they... I found myself shaking my head and sighing, but Shinatsuki didn't seem to hear. It seems that you and I have become the object of everyone's admiration. While it is embarrassing, I am quite pleased. He totally ignored my comment.
In other words, I suppose I am the decider of what's fashionable these days. Is this what you would call being a fashionista?
I really do love Sharatsky. No, it's called being a trendsetter. Fashion has nothing to do with it.
Oh, a trendsetter. But I don't like how fashion isn't involved in this.
What's trending in Kikutsune are temporary contracts, not fashion. There's nothing we can do about that. If the real world finds out that temporary contracts are trending, it may become a problem. I need to report this to Samey later.
So I need to make the fashion a trend?
Yes. Also, I personally think being a trendsetter is being better than being a fashionista, because it's more versatile about what trends can be set.
And that's good to know. With your proximity to me, you'd be more quickly influenced by the trends I've set, as with those close to you.
Wait, you don't mean someone in the Samey squad and Kikutsune are planning on one too? And we're like, oh, that's why Yakumo is excited. Yeah, I thought maybe Kinka agreed on a date, but this is the best he's gonna do.
And they've signed it already. It's an Ayakashimori, and an Ayakashi we know well.
I thought of a few people based on Shiratsuki's hint, but I had no idea who it could be. Really, girl? Come on, Dense. Knock, knock, knock. Earth to Spacey. Are you fucking in there? I wonder who...
Well... What are you guys talking about?
Wait, Kinka! I just love the fact that she signed a fucking temporary agreement with him and he's just like all excited and it's like she's never gonna be your girlfriend. But like I kind of want I love the fact that like she's always gonna cock block Yakumo because it's kind of sad and funny. But I also was like, oh Yakumo, you sweet thing. But I kind of also want them to be together because I just want poor Yakumo to be happy. Like
you too slow, Yakumo! Jeez, I'm gonna leave you behind.
You're ruthless, but I'll do my best. I saw Yakumo breathing heavily, but Kinka seemed to be unfazed by it. And also, Kinka could walk the fuck all over Yakumo. She would be like, I'm gonna need you to shine my shoes. Could you get me that water? Do you mind cleaning up my apartment for me? And he would do it happily. He's a doormat for her. An absolute doormat for her, but like, it's fine. Hello, Kinka. It's rare to see you with Yakumo.
Yeah, we signed a temporary contract. Yeah.
What? Yeah, we did. This was what I was going to tell you earlier. You're like, that doesn't make her your girlfriend. I mean, Shiratsuki and I are different. Because...
Yep, they must have been influenced by us.
Yakumo's excited because he knows Shiratsuki's in love with us. And like, we see, we're not in a relationship. This is just quote-unquote the friendship route. But there's still love blooming here. And Yakumo's like, they're kind of in love with each other. They haven't admitted it to each other yet. And that'll happen with me and Kinka. No, it won't, sweetie. No, it won't. But, you know, I mean, I know it won't, but, like, you know what? I'll cross my fingers for you, Yakumo. Totally. Thank you so much. Oh, Yakumo. Yakumo stepped a little ways from Kinka and spoke to me in a hushed voice. It's just for a week, but I'm so happy. Thanks to you two, I get to be with Kinka even more. Even if she's just jumping on a trend, the fact that she asked me first means I can still have hope, right?
I don't know about that. She said before that she'd sign a contract with anyone.
What? Shiratsuki, you didn't have to tell him that. What? I guess not denying it wasn't a good response. But it doesn't seem like Kinka minds at all. I'd say you still have hope. Poor fucking Yakumo. You think so? Yakumo's the character that I hate in most games if I have to date him. Because he's like, I'll do anything for you. I love you. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. Yes, I don't need you to step the fuck away from me. But I like Yakumo when he's in love with someone else. And I'm just like patting him on the back. Like, it's okay, buddy. She's never going to love you back. But you keep trying. I'm here for you, bro. When you're not chasing me. When you're chasing me, it's like, get away from me. I hate you. I don't want this character to date. I want to just be the bro to this character and be like, you poor pathetic fool. Because I have no interest in this character. You know what I mean? In his trope. I don't want that character. No, I don't. Anyway, you think so? Totally! I do. Because look how much fun Kinka's having. Right? I'll try to think of it that way.
You truly are nice, Spacey.
I'm not nice. I just wanted to cheer him on. Shiratsuki's over there winking on us. Shiratsuki seemed surprised by my answer, but then gave a soft smile.
Hey! What are you all whispering about? Let me in! Yakumo, you tell me what you were talking about!
I was just telling them how nice the weather was.
You're lying! You tell me the truth!
I lied! I'm sorry! The Shikigami's completely in control. I never thought I'd see a relationship like this. I mean, I feel like everybody would be in control of Yakumo. He's a doormat. This was truly educational.
I'd say that I hope things work out for them, but seeing as how his partner is Kinga, I can only pray that Yakumo rests in peace.
You should pray he puts up a good fight. But they look like they were having fun. I'm sure it'll work out for the both of them.
Just like us.
Right. Aw. We're supposed to get a CG. We didn't get a CG in this one yet. Maybe we get one at the end, because that's the end. Now this is our after story. Promise to the future. I was sleeping comfortably and peacefully. I felt really happy. I wonder what this is. It's fluffy. It's nice. It's warm and feels so nice. It's his tail! We are snuggled to his tail. I wanted to feel it more, so I subconsciously hugged it. Yeah, we're hugging Shernatsuki.
Oh, you sure are bold.
I heard a chuckle. Huh? That voice. Oh, she is snuggled up on his tail, and he's petting her. This is a cute one. I like this. That's an adorable CG. You knew when she says it's soft, and she's petting it. We already asked to pet his tail, and he was like, I guess. Which is a little, like, weird. For him, he's like, you want to pet my tail? It's like, hey, can I stroke your face? Like...
Have you awoken?
Oh. I gradually came to my senses. I'd fallen asleep leaning on Shernatsuki. The fluffy object I was holding onto was his tail. Whoa, huh? I jumped up. Aw. Oh no, I fell asleep.
And now don't rush to wake up. You seem to find my tail very comfortable indeed.
Yes, it was extremely comfortable. No, that's not it!
You no longer need to snuggle.
I've enjoyed it plenty, and I can't believe I fell asleep on the job.
What's the matter with taking a break? You must be tired. And besides, it was nice to have you lean on me. I felt the weight of happiness. You could have stayed like that longer, you know.
But I'd be embarrassed if someone saw us.
You're an oddly shy one. You had the courage to ask to enter into a temporary contract with me, yet something like this embarrasses you.
Well, I can't help it. That was the only thing I could think of then, but this has nothing to do with it. I was getting so embarrassed it sounded like I was just reaching for excuses.
Yes, and there's no need to panic.
I'm sure that Shernatsuki could see through my embarrassment. My emotions were completely exposed. It all seemed like a glaring sign of my immaturity, and I felt stupid in trying to hide it. Ugh, I thought I grew a little with everyone's approval, but I still have a long way to go.
You're doing very well, and don't be so hard on yourself. Besides, if you could do everything on your own, then how would I be able to help you? You shouldn't be impatient when it comes to personal growth. Fast growth is not always good.
Personal growth. Shernatsuki's words slowly seeped through my heart. You're right. I guess I don't have to panic.
For now, my happiness is to see you become a good Ayakashimori and perform your job with pride. So until then, I'd rather you not terminate our contract.
Until then? Oh, that's right. The temporary contract will end someday. Well, we did say it was temporary, but the thought of it ending saddened me. Right. Please stay with me until I become a full-fledged Ayakashimori. Once I've matured, I'll try my best not to cause you any more trouble.
I've never once thought you were trouble. Rather, what you've said now troubles me. You speak as though our relationship will end there.
No, of course I hope that we can continue to build a good relationship as an Ayakashimori in the Shirei of Kikutsune. When I said that much, Shernatsuki gave a deep sigh and his shoulders slumped.
I don't believe you. I never thought you'd be thinking this way. It saddens me. It a temporary contract until you become a full-fledged Ayakashimori. But after that, I wanted to sign an official contract with you.
An official contract? I never even dreamed of the possibility. All I could do was stare at him with my eyes widened. What? Really? You would do that?
Of course! I am a man of my word.
But if you sign an official contract with me, it can't be easily broken, right? So...
I desire a stronger bond with you. It'd be troubling if it broke so easily. If possible, I'd want to make it official now. But I thought perhaps that wouldn't be good for your sake.
For my sake?
I'm afraid I'll be even more overprotective than I already am, which may hinder your growth. But for now, a temporary contract is just fine.
So this is like easing into taking the long way around instead of like jumping into bed with Shiratsky. I mean, this is like the fooling around with Shiratsky a little bit longer before we jump in bed. Shiratsky kindly stroked my hair. We got to snuggle with his tails, so I mean, that's a benefit.
I want you to promise. When you become a full-fledged Ayakashimori, you'll enter into an official contract with me.
I'm so happy. Joy sprang up from the bottom of my heart. I'd love to. I answered him with a smile, and Shiratsky happily smiled back. The end. Look at that. We managed. We have one more. Well, okay. It's interesting because it says we still get the promise to the future version 2. We still get the same thing. So, chapter select. Shiratsky route. We go down here and do chapter 6. Oh, we're supposed to do event preparations. Oh, we want to set our relationship level as low. Yes. And then we skip here and we tell him to fight. I'm guessing something is slightly different, but I don't know. Oh, whoops. Hit the wrong button. Previous. Okay. But how is it different? I was sleeping comfortably. Hold on. It said version 2. Okay, so hold on. Okay, so Joy sprang up. I'd love to. I answered him with a smile, and Shiratsky happily smiled back. So it's literally just what, a line difference maybe? Or is that exactly the same? So there really isn't any difference in that version. Okay. So I thought there was going to be a totally slightly different ending. I mean, it said version 2, but I didn't know it was going to be basically the exact same because I think it's just because you get to Promise of the Future where you do different things, go to the real world, but you could have absolutely just gone to and done this because I don't think there was really any difference at all. I'm concerned that the common route end would take way too long to do. You know what I mean? So I just want to see something. Well, the weird thing is there is no, when you look up some of the other things, the common route end isn't there in any of the other, because I'm scrolling through the guide quickly to see, and it shows the common route flowchart completion, and it's not under any of the other ones. Shiratsky's the only one that has the common route ending. So, you know what? Let's do the common route end and see what happens. So, load common route. Okay. Chapter. Okay, so I'm going to go chapter select common route. Common route, chapter 1. And we were supposed to do map select 2. That was map select 1. Map select 2. Oh, this is where we do all the battles. Oh, that's going to be hard to do. All right, you know what? I lied. We're going to do that a different time because I don't think I'm going to be able to do all the battle things. Okay, so I'm not going to do those right now because that's going to be hard for me clicking the thing. So, actually, you know what? I'll go in and do them, but I'm going to do them off screen so that I'm not freaking out like with people like watching me. And then because you have to do a couple of the battles and then you have to do some choices and stuff like that. So if there's anything different scene wise, I'll come back, but let me do the little thingies off. Cause I'm just kind of like, I don't think I'm going to be able to do them. So I'm going to go do you have to do 2 of them. So I'll do those 2 and then I will come back when we're back. So, okay. I don't know because I did the first one and I only got excellent because I clicked all the wrong buttons because I can't do it apparently unless I've got my Switch attached. So I don't know, like, and then the second one I got, like, I actually got the superb or whatever, but I'm like, I don't know. Well, no, I did 2. I did 3. The first 2 I got like excellent, and then the third one I got superb, and now we're here. So look, I don't know. We'll just do them on screen and like whatever. It's hard, and I can't do it because I can't remember what's up. Even though the up arrow is the top one and the right one is right and down is left, but I can't figure it out when I'm like, ah! I don't know. I'm like, I just hit all the buttons and I'm like, I can't. I'm apparently too stupid. If I were doing it with my Switch, it'd be easier to do on the touchpad and just tap, 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 and like trace a thing, but I can't fucking do it because then my brain can't figure out which one's the up arrow. I don't know, I'm stupid, but whatever. Anyway, even though I'm not recording, but here we do something different. We say we want to do with everyone. So anyway, that was where it was different. So I figured I'd pop back in here and then whatever. So everyone, there are many Ayakashi I haven't been able to interact with. At this rate, if push comes to shove, they might not even listen to me. If I can't talk an Ayakashi down, then all I can do is suppress it with spells, and if things escalate, seal and subdue them. It sounds exhausting, emotionally and otherwise. I want Ayakashi and humans to coexist. The Ayakashimori have to befriend the Ayakashi. It's the core of why Sakuratani exists at all. You just got here. I'm sure you'll figure it out eventually. But you never know when things can happen. The moment of truth could come tomorrow. The unpredictability makes this job tough, right? Exactly. Sammy, you seem to be pretty chummy with all sorts of Ayakashi out there. Do you have any pointers for me? Bert's being an asshole right now anyway. Pointers? I was surprised he thought about it so seriously. He crossed his arms and started to mumble. Not long after, he looked up quickly and smiled. I hate that fucking noise. Stop it. You gotta learn how to hold your liquor. I absolutely love drinking games. You beat them, and they might open up to you. I see. Tokitsugu! Isn't that what you told Tadashi once? I sure did, but I don't really have pointers for developing relationships. It's a common thing for both Ayakashi and human. What? The sake is ridiculously strong! Huh? If he's saying communicating being drinking is good, then I'll need to be able to drink a lot. I have to start building my tolerance. With that in mind, I chugged the rest of the sake that Chief Tokiwa poured me earlier. Felt everyone's eyes on me after that. Look at him. I didn't even notice. She's already drunk, isn't she? I guess she's not the type to show it. Right. Wow, she was so easily swayed by Tokitsugu's dumb joke. I'm not drunk. No, you're super red and your eyes are just gone. That's such a typical drunk response, too. Here, give me your glass. I'm fine, I can handle it. Give me more! I'll take you out and see me want to fight about it. Let's go outside, bitch. I'll kiss you and then punch you. Or punch you and then kiss you, or just kiss you. I don't know, whatever. Hey, listen to me. Hand it over. As he grabbed my arm and tried to take the glass, his face got a lot closer. Oh, is he not sure what to do about me? As the cold glass left my palms, I felt my body begin to heat up. Crap! I have to keep my cool! My boss and my seniors are here. I can't let them see me drunk. I'm a professional. I have to keep my... Hey, Spacey. you drink water. If you can, drink a lot. Tomorrow's gonna be much better if you do. Huh? All of a sudden I was outside, walking with Samey. Yakumo and Chief Tokiwa weren't around. The glass of sake I had in my hands earlier was replaced by a bottle of mineral water. Don't worry, we wrapped up the party and now I'm just walking you to your dorm. Huh? What? Did I black out? I can't remember what happened. Oh, you don't? Maybe it's best that you don't. Your bookworm student persona went nuts. What? If only you were sleepy drunk. Maybe it wouldn't have been so bad. You're kidding. Not once in my entire life have I blacked out while drinking. I definitely haven't gone unhinged before. I'm sorry, I must have caused so much trouble. Yeah, Tadashi and Itsuyo need apologies. You kind of bit them. What? Wait, he's lying, right? Okay, I've definitely never been this drunk, so I can't even say that for certain. I'm lucky I dodged it, but I only barely made it. I'm so mad that I don't remember any of this. Please, I hope this is all a lie. This is actually pretty fucking funny. The office isn't too far from the dorms. I was so shocked at the news that we arrived at the dorms before I knew it. I have to thank Samey for walking me, and I should apologize to him too. Thank you, and I'm really sorry. I don't think I'll be drinking anymore. Is that right? And then, how do you plan on getting closer to the Ayakashi? Right. I had asked Samey for pointers on how to get closer to the Ayakashi. Then I forced myself to drink. I probably didn't notice that I was almost drunk when I started to do that. You kept trying to convince us of something, and you were saying, I'll do my best over and over. But, we all knew that already. What? No need to rush. Atsuya, Tadashi, and me too. We're all here for you. We've got your back. This is a safe place for you. You can relax. Samey patted my shoulder. It's easy for you to say. Your eyes are closed, so I don't trust you, bro. My eyes are open. I'm trustworthy. Simple. When he did that, I surprisingly felt like it helped lift the burden just a little. Thank you. Just as Samey implied, maybe I was frustrated with myself. You're welcome? Please tell me, I didn't really go crazy, did I? That was a lie, right? Why don't you go look into it tomorrow? You can get to your room on your own, right? Yes, I can, but... Okay, well, I'm that way. Samey started walking toward the men's dorm. Oh, hold on, Samey! Yeah, good night. Take it easy with the sake. Or anything, really. Samey waved and headed to his dorm. I like how he's like, yeah, you tried to bite people. Did I really? Anyway, bye! In the end, I don't know what happened. If I really did go crazy, that's not good. I just start thinking about how I'll make it up to Yakumo and Chief Tokiwa tomorrow. I mean, and your boss. Your boss's boss, basically. I gotta figure that out, but... Oh, Koya! I knew he was watching, so I called to him, but he just wouldn't come out. Koya, you're not on Samey's side, are you? I'm your master! I slumped my shoulders and walked to my room. But he has a kind side to him. Samey seems a little hard to decipher at times, but his reassurances did make me feel better. I walked up the stairs feeling good. Oh, we're at the Tokitaka section. Did we reread this? Oh, no. Oh, okay, so so this is basically like, it's all thanks to Samey for taking care of me. I do appreciate him for that. But apparently I never went that crazy when we drank, so I didn't really want to thank him since he kind of lied about that. Yakumo did mention that I kept saying I'll do my best, though. Ugh, so embarrassing. I have to be more careful next time. Okay, I thought he might poke fun at me about yesterday, but something about his mood felt different. And this is where we meet his brother. Okay. Okay, so here we think about it and decide later. Sorry, but I can't think of anything right now. I'll tell you if I think of something. When you think of something, huh? Shuratsky seemed a little surprised. I hope this isn't a big deal. I still have a lot to learn about the Ayakashi. I was worried that I didn't know enough about what sounded rude or not. You're so boring. Deal's off. You can't postpone a favor. Oh, of course. I'm sorry. And you were being so generous, too. Yeah. Your answer's very much like you. Okay. And now we gotta do some battle-y things, so I'll be back. Oh, never mind. Hold on. Huh. Oh, that's not true. I don't know what we were saying. Oh, I don't mind at all. I love it if you learn to use me. Shuratsky. Okay, so basically... Okay, now we're on the map selects. And we gotta do all the apprehension stuff, so I'll be back again, because I can't do that on screen, and, like... Okay, the good news about these is it doesn't matter how long you take, as long as you get it right. So I can, like, stare at my thing and pick the right things and, like, do whatever, so... Yeah, so I can, like, always look down and try to figure out which keys are what, because I don't know. So it doesn't matter how long you take. I was like, oh god, it's gonna be depending on how long you take, and then, like, I sat there one time and I was like, I went very slow, and I took as long as I fucking possibly could, just like now where I was, like, trying to talk while I was doing it. As long as you just get them right, it always says superb. I don't know if we're gonna get the ending, because I only got excellent on the first two, because I was clicking all the wrong buttons, because I was like, ah! Even though no one was watching me. So... Oh, anyway, the chief already went to the real world. I could just leave it on his desk, right? These thoughts ran through my mind as I got to the chief's office. He was out. His lights are off. I don't think anyone's in. Maybe I should knock just in case. Excuse me, Spacey? The chief was right there. His eyes were wide. I'm so sorry. The lights were off. I thought you were gone. Oh, it's no worries. I was just on my way out. I see, First, I've got to tell him why I'm here. Before the words could come to mind, something in the room caught my attention. Who is he having sex with in this room? I'm just kidding. I don't know. Is that a report on me? Why? The file that the chief had opened clearly said Spacey Akitsu. He noticed my gaze and quickly flipped it over on his desk. Oh! Should we not have done the common end route right now? Should we have waited? Because this sounds sus as fuck. Well, now we're going to be like... but it was like, in every other route, Shiratsky is the recommended first one, even though there really is no order. But it's not like the common route ending was like, oh, do that in one of the later routes. It's here in Shiratsky's. It's never in any other ones. It's the only reason I decided to do it now, because we had some time. And because it was like, in everyone else's, it's not there. So I might forget to do it. You know what I mean? Especially because it's going to be like a month before I come back and record the next part. So then it's going to be like a month or two. Like, you know what I mean? It's going to be a long time before we finish this game. So I might forget about the common route ending. Unless there's like a block in the flowchart. So, but now I'm like, oh, were we right about the chief being sort of suspicious? I mean, I'm just saying, you're voiced by Jun Fukuyama. So like sometimes that can be like sus and sometimes you're fine. It really just depends. But since you're a side character, you're also completely gray. You have no color on you, which, I mean, it's just, I feel just kind of symbolic of maybe you're fine, maybe you're not. Gray area. And, I mean, you seem too nice, is all I'm saying. I'm also suspicious of everybody in games, so I don't know. Anyway, he noticed my gaze and quickly flipped it over on his desk. I think we read that anyway. How can I help you? Oh, come to think of it, do you need a permit for your event? Huh? Oh, gosh, don't tease me. You gave it to me already. I have it here with this other paperwork. I said it with as much levity as possible, then handed my document to the chief. He's hiding the file from me, right? Is it possible I did something wrong? I mean, you also have to think it might not be suspicious. It could just be a personnel file. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's a personnel file, whatever, and it's really not your business, the notes that your boss makes about you. They will tell you, generally. But you know what I mean? Like, while they're making notes and stuff, it's kind of like, it's their business. It does seem weird, but it's kind of like, you know, so. The chief doesn't seem unusual at all. This worries me, though. It means he's completely playing it off right now. Tokatsuga trains you well. You're unfazed. I thought I was sly. How embarrassing. Let's keep it between us, okay? Sure thing. Again, sorry for the trouble. I gave him a big smile and went on my way. I feel like something was off today. Is this just in my head? No, I feel like he's a little suspicious now. Interesting. Report to Samey, which is the common route end, so. What should I do? The more I thought about it, the less I knew what I could have done. I'm stumped about this. Maybe I was doing everything wrong. Huh. What's the matter, Spacey? You left. You came back. And now you just look depressed. Samey, have I done anything wrong? What? Did you get chewed out? No, but I went to the chief's office and saw that he was reading a file with my name on it. Oh, really? Well, maybe he just wanted to know when your birthday was. What? Does Chief Tokiwa usually get people gifts or something? Well, no. We're not exactly a social club. This can only mean that I did something.
Okay, well, try not to worry too much. I'd say you'd tell you if something was wrong. It's gotta be something else.
He seems a little suspicious now, though. Oh, like, interesting.
He's right. I'm sure if it's the chief that he talked to me. I'm sure if it's the chief
that he talked to me before demoting me. Anyway, okay. Or cutting my pay. Or firing me. Right? I tried to be as positive as I could about it, but I couldn't help feeling anxious. I mean, he intentionally hid the file earlier. Again, it's a personnel file, so you should be like, it's a little weird, but he was in the dark. That's the weird part. He was reading the file in the dark. But he's reading your personnel file, and it's his job as your boss. Could you stop shrieking in my ear? You're being a jerk today. Like, your boss would have a personnel file and keep notes and like, okay, she did good here, or blah, 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 or like checking up on things. You know what I mean? So it's not really suspicious. The game, I think, is making it more suspicious than it would be in reality. Your boss is going to have a file on you. That's where they're going to put like good things, notes about you, or like they might review things like, granted, you're new at your job, so a performance review, like looking through and being like, oh yeah, no, there's no problems in your file or anything, you know? And since we didn't do the Shiratsky route thing with the Shikigami, it's not like he's looking at that, but you never know. Obviously, if the game's pointing it out, it's probably slightly suspicious. But under normal circumstances, if you walked in on your boss reading a file about you or someone else, like, they have files on you. Like, that's the nature of corporate work. There's going to be a file on you somewhere, you know? It could have all wonderful things. It could have all bad things. It could have a mix. You never know, but there is a file on you. So, I tried to be as positive as I could about it, but I couldn't help feeling anxious. I mean, he intentionally hid the file earlier. Yeah, it's none of your business what they write about you. Oh, damn, okay. Almost a year has passed since I've been here. On my patrol, I always make small talk with whoever I see along the way. Now it's a year later, wow. I could have never imagined making small talk with Ayakashi before coming to Sakuratani. Before the 6th, I never acknowledged anything others couldn't see. I kept quiet. It's incredible that I can talk to them like this. I remember so much happened on my first day. It was my first time in a flying cart. I even apprehended someone on my first day. When they told me it was a newbie tradition, I wondered if this was the right job for me. I'm used to the Oboroguruma now. I can handle the ruckus day in and day out. I can tell I've grown as an Ayakashimori. My body took time getting used to Sakuratani, but Yakumo's really helped me with the work. I can count on my bosses too, which is amazing. I wanted to see the world of the Ayakashi, a place similar to home but totally different. A mysterious world. They were all non-humans before I came here. I was afraid, but looking back, it was just ignorance on my part. The more I think about it, the more I realize that Ayakashi aren't so different from humans. I mean, aside from the ears and the tail. I mean, we have ears, just not like animal ears, and we don't have tails. But, you know, in a way, they're just as normal as we are. But immortal and have powers. Some are passionate. Some even get jobs for themselves. Some love playing games. Some fight. Some are simply happy to be here. I mean, they're like humans, but like, there's similar things, but different. You know what I mean? They're a different form of life, but they still have an existence and a life like humans do. You know? It's just a different way of life. The normalcy of their daily life was dear to me. I honestly love the Ayakashi and the 6th. They're close to me. I don't want to lose them. I'm very curious about this ending. I remember how surprised... Hold on. Sorry, I accidentally clicked Cortana when I was trying to push my thing away. I remember how surprised I was during the test. I'm still so glad I've made it this far. It's another day where I get to see Ayakashi playing with gadgets from the real world. I'm going to keep working hard so that the citizens of Sakuratani can continue living in peace as they are now. Really? Is that the end? Interesting. That's very interesting. Huh. That's the common route end. It's interesting. I'm not really 100% sure what the point of it was, but I mean, that's fine. We did it. That's all that matters. You know what I mean? All that matters is we did it. So I gotta close that. Okay, so we want to go... Now, yes, the private files do exist, and we could read the Shiratsky one. But I think, like I said, we'll do that at the end of the game. This way, because you can go through here, and you can play special voice, play the voice, stop the voice. They're obviously voiced, and I think it'd be kind of more fun to listen to it, so then you can have the voice acting on. You know what I mean? So we'll do those all at the end. Instead of at the end of each route. Shiratsky. So now we come over here. We look at our last two. All right, hold on. We want to hide this. And this is the only one. This one's sad. It's pretty. I'm glad, actually, though, for the bad ending CG, it's not a really sad one or whatever. It's still just a very pretty one. You're like, it could just be anything. Like, yes, it's kind of sad because the bracelet's drifting away, and you're like, oh, but like, shh. You know, you could just kind of ignore that and just see he's just pretty staring up into the sky, and he doesn't look really sad, so it's okay, you know. But this one is like, I love this one. Because I love the fact that we're just like snuggling with his tail. It's super cute. I like the friendship end, because the friendship end, I mean, obviously it's not as good as the best ending, but it's still kind of nice because it's like, no, we're still in that beginning blooming stages of love. Like, you could almost look at it as if it was prior to the best ending, you know, like in the like right before the best ending happens is like, oh, then we have this conversation and we're on patrol and we wake up, snuggle his tail, and then like, no, I want to sign a real contract with you, and you're like, oh, okay, and then you kind of have to blend the two of them, you know, instead of it being like, when I'm a real Ayakashimori, because we already are a real Ayakashimori, we're just not as good of one as we'd like to be, but it's more like, so instead of just being like someday, it's more like, oh, cool, yeah, let's sign a real contract, like, I don't know. It's still good. You know that they'll get there eventually. They're just taking the slow route. And I'm okay with that. I hate the bad ending, though. That hurt me so much. That we're like pining over Shiratsuki and we don't even know. We just miss him and she doesn't know that she was in love with him. And she doesn't know that he was in love with her. And it's just sad. It's so sad. Because it's like, I mean, reality. Because, you know, that could happen. So anyway, that was Shiratsuki's route. And I took 2 parts to get all of her endings. And we did the common route ending, so interesting. I like how it's like, we saw something on the chief's desk and it seemed suspicious. It was a file on us, which again, in itself is not suspicious. You work for a corporate environment, your boss is going to have a file on you. You work for anything, your bosses have files on you. That they exist, you know? It's weird that he was reading it in the dark. But like, just in itself, your boss's boss, okay? Because Samey's technically your boss. The chief is your boss's boss. He's still your boss. But anyway, him looking at it, at a personnel file, is really innocuous. There's nothing wrong with that. But obviously, with the game, putting it in there and saying it, it's because it's supposed to show something. You're supposed to be like, huh, something shady. You know? It's obviously pointing to something else, because otherwise they wouldn't bring it up. Because in the real world, that is just... Oh, yeah, of course he's going to close the file. It's none of your business what they have on you until they decide to tell you. You know what I mean? Like, yes, it's your personnel file, but it's their personal information on your person. You know what I mean? And they're, like, making notes or whatever. If there was a complaint or something, like, it's not... Especially, like, if someone was, like, complained, like, oh, I don't like the fact that Spacey has, like, short hair. It offends me. And they're like, wait, okay, we made a note. Like... That wouldn't be it. But if they complained about something, like when the guy complained about Shiratsuki, there's a note in the personnel file that this happened. Yes, they came to us and said something, but they might at certain times be like, this person made this complaint and we kept a note of it in case other people come about this. But it could just be, you know, somebody being an asshole. She tripped me. You really gonna bother coming? Susan said you tripped her. No, I punched her in the fucking face. You did? No, I'm gonna, though. You know what I mean? Like, they're not gonna come to you with that. But if all of a sudden, like, 5 people come up and are like, she's very violent and punches us. Oh, yeah, we have 4 other people saying that. Yeah, you know what I mean? So they're gonna keep notes and shit on you. Don't punch people, basically. You know, but... Or, like, any kind of performance reviews. So that's not weird. But the fact that the game pointed it out again is very much like, okay, so we have to be concerned and wonder what the hell's going on with this. So it is interesting they brought it up. Also, I mean, okay, Chief's looking at your report, just looking at your file. Okay, oh, you came in, let me close the file, because it's not your business that he's looking at it. Fine. But he's sitting in the dark. Really? Sitting in the dark doing it? That's a little weird. That's where you get the weirdness. But obviously he's hiding something. And I was thinking, you're like, oh, he's suspicious. I mean, sure, probably. And I mean, we kind of thought he might be suspicious, even though he seems kind of nice. But Samey's a little suspicious, even though he's got our back and everything. And there's all these moments, and you're like, no, Samey's like really cool. And then you're like, but I mean, also suspicious because his eyes are closed. So you know, he's luring us into a false sense of security. But like, I wonder if it goes back to like when we were talking about, oh, we can't fix everything that's going wrong in Sakuratani because there's no the specials. The bloodline is whatever, and like maybe that, because like I was like, so we're the special, right? Because like that they brought that up. There was absolutely almost no point to that. You know what I mean? For them bringing that up in the common route, because it never comes up again. So I'm like, I have a feeling that's the finale route. Like, oh, and then we'll save the day because we're the special. And maybe that's what the chief is looking at. You know what I mean? But he doesn't want to say anything. You know? Or he's trying to destroy Sakuratani. So he's like, oh, wait, she's the special and she came here and I must kill her. I mean, you don't know. But anyway, considering the fact that I wasn't really thinking about it either until we got through this. And then I was reading some other stuff and I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So I mean, because I think I said it earlier in the game, like, it is very short and there's really not much of a plot, but it's not supposed to be one. It's just a slice of life. It's just a little fun, happy-go-lucky. We have some fun. There is a little bit of a plot, I guess, but, like, no, there's no unravels each thing in a little piece by piece, so that's why you could basically play anything in any order. So you could play anyone because they have their own little, like, yes, the common route has a little bit with the whole, like, Sakuratani's falling apart, and then it's like, we should have an event. And then we have the event, and everything is great, and we fall in love. And that's basically it. You know, it's a very simplistic plot, because the whole point is dating hot Ayakashi dudes, so. Which I'm fine with. Sometimes we need a light, fluffy game, and the fact that each route is kind of short, it's kind of nice, so. But anyway, I think we're still gonna go in the recommended order, just because it's just easier, so we don't have to keep track of who we did. I can just go in the order. Although, Shu being one of the last ones, I mean, I don't know. We could get him over with faster, just because he seemed, like, we barely seen him, and he is, like, probably the one that I'm probably the least, he's probably, like, how many times did I have to fucking say that in the sentence? He's the one that I am probably least interested in. Just because we haven't seen him. But also he kind of seems like the typical, like, I don't really know the character, but you know, they're not the bro dudes. They're not, you know what I mean? But they're like, yeah, well, okay, whatever. Like, slight assholes. You're like the cocky boy. You're kind of like the cocky douche. And like, sure, maybe there's something redeeming about you, but like, generally you're like, and the routes are sometimes good. You're like, nah, I mean, okay, he's the cocky dickhead. But, like, he ends up fine in the end, but they're still, like, the ones that I'm not like, oh, I'm looking forward to it. It's like, oh, this character again. Okay. You know. They also have the same look. You know what I mean? He's also got that look to him, too, which is like, I'm just not into the look or the personality. Like, it's just not my thing, so. But, I mean, so it really just depends when I come back after moving and everything, when I load back, have all my shit connected, because this is the I'm done. I gotta unconnect my Switch. Everything has to get disconnected. All my other freaking electronics are disconnected aside from my TV, so this is the last day my Switch is like, it's gonna get unplugged in a couple days and packed away, and then God knows when it's gonna get put back together, and hooked up. But when I finally do get back into recording, I'm going to be playing our other game, and then we'll come back to this one. So by the time I get back to this one, I don't know if I'll be like, I guess we're doing Hira because we did Shiratsuki, right? Okay. Or if I'll be like, you know what, fuck it, let's just do Shu and get it out of the way. I don't know. So we'll see. You'll know sooner than I will, because for you, not tomorrow, the day after, you'll know, and for me, it's going to be like a fucking month, so we'll see. But anyway, so it's going to be weird, because you're going to hear me here talking about, like, I'm moving in a couple of days, and then it's going to be like a month. And then all of a sudden, maybe I'll talk about my move when the next one happens, but it'll have been like a month later. So, like, you're going to be like, how did anything with the move? Like, what happened? Because, like, I'm just going to not mention it, because I'll probably mention it after in the other game that we're playing. Timing is weird here. Anyway, but yeah, so. And just bear with me if for some reason there's a couple days break. It's just because I didn't get back to recording fast enough, because I don't have enough of a buffer. With this one I do, but I don't have enough of a buffer really with the other one. I only have a couple of weeks, and then I have to start recording that, and it's going to be tight, so it's going to be a little hard. So if there is a gap of a couple of days between this part and when we start the next route, that's why. But I'm going to try not to let that happen, because I will push myself to make sure that that doesn't happen for you, but, you know, sometimes, like, if something's got to break, that this is where it's going to happen just because, you know. Yeah, so hopefully it doesn't, because this, but it's going to be weird recording in a whole new space the next time we're here. So anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.